Welcome to my channel, exploring old technologies and seeding new ideas. Let's begin. Here is an analogy of my Outlander's battery management system for you to consider. Imagine a rain barrel as a surrogate lithium battery and the amount of water in the barrel being analogous to the charge. Also consider our home charging system being the city water supply and infrequent rain being the regenerative braking system. In this scenario, as managers of this conservation system, we represent the Battery Management Unit, or the BMU for short. With this in mind, we have some important tasks. Number 1, do not overfill or charge the system too much or bad things happen. In the case of a lithium battery, instead of water overflow, it could actually catch fire, as electric skateboard owners discovered in 2001 and 2002. Historical records show that Mitsubishi learned this lesson as well, with a few PHEV fires in the early 2013 development period. As a precaution, new PHEVs only charge to about 95% of the battery's rating. For my PHEV Outlander, this means that the BMU will only allow 38 amp hours of the 40 amp hour rating to be added to the battery. When measured, this maximum is called the State of Health, or SOH, for the battery. Since it changes with aging, it's also something we have to be concerned with. As a practical result of this initial restriction, the maximum I could have ever gotten from the advertised 12 kilowatts by Mitsubishi was 11.4 kilowatts from my battery. In contrast, battery state of charge, SOC, is the remaining level available for the vehicle to do its work, and analogous to the water level in the barrel. The charge you have to water the lawn or roll the vehicle down the road is limited by another force control by the BMU. The PHEV needs a certain amount of capacity to run the internal workings of the drive system. So a reserve has been set up for the BMU to enforce, which lies below the point where your dashboard readout says 0 charge and the gas motor cuts in. At about 20% of the state of charge, this brought my actual EV driving allowance down to now 9 kilowatts of the advertised 12 kilowatts, which was a new buyer surprise for me. So the battery is never fully discharged under normal use conditions, leading to other complications to discuss later. To understand the third important factor, imagine over time the barrel gets slightly shorter with each charging cycle. This in turn lowers the safe maximum charge level each time. The BMU is tasked with guessing the declining state of health. It is a very old piece of technology, which is believed to blindly enforce an unrealistically aggressive reduction at each charge. Over time, an artificial gap emerges between the actual state of health and the BMU's guessing. This distortion requires correction to recover valuable driving range. While a water barrel can't really get shorter, the analogy attempts to simulate the individual battery cells becoming charge imbalanced at different rates. So the job of the BMU is to protect the PHEV's 80 cells by not letting the pack accept more charge than the weakest individual can accommodate. Understanding these mechanisms brings us back to the opening screen of the Watchdog website and what is being compared. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be looking forward to preparing another one for you soon.